Hi, it's us.
Oh, what's your name?
Liz Glazer.
And I'm Jilberto Soto. And together we
We're
are straight.
straight.
Oh, we got it good.
You wouldn't have those big guns.
I wouldn't have these big guns.
Yeah.
I would be married with 2 children.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. That's
Never.
funny. So, okay. But, yeah. So basically I was like, I don't want to have to say sorry for this for a whole other year.
Yeah.
So I just stopped.
Just like that cold turkey.
Yeah. But I don't know if that, like, was that the thing that stopped me from being jealous? Because
But why were you jealous though?
it was such a base level.
What
like,
jealousy? What is jealousy too?
Okay. So I remember that I would like put myself in situations where I was dating people
Yeah.
who were like kind of like side-eyeing other people. And that was almost like hot to me.
I get it.
And
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, I think it was the acting class because I talked about it so much in this acting class, and the acting class was like just unlicensed therapy full on. And so I think that I just would show up to acting class like every week
Yeah.
and talk about how I was attracted to unavailable women.
Yes.
Which was true.
Very lesbian of you.
Yeah. And then after a while, I guess it got old to keep saying that.
Oh.
And I was like, ugh, like I dated this woman. I mean, I'm not saying names because ugh.
Yeah. Oof. I don't even want to know names. I barely know names I've dated of people. Or
Right,
women.
right. Like it's like, what is a name? But anyway, whatever, her.
Yeah.
And she was in my acting class. We weren't allowed to date people in acting class. Only the teacher was. But he dated, I think, a lot of people, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Let's Kathy Griffin
allegedly.
it.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I don't know. But anyway, so it was definitely like class policy that you weren't allowed to date. And then there was this woman in class who, like, I've never been pursued this hard in my entire life.
That's hot.
Okay. Yeah. It was,
really
well,
hot.
first it was annoying and then it became hot.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, I was telling this to my friend the other day. I was like, I am automatically not attracted to you if you follow up with me.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound weird, and I don't mean to be like, oh, but you're so beautiful. I don't think of myself very highly. I don't really have a lot of self-esteem.
Same. Yeah.
So if you're following up with me, something's wrong with you.
Right.
I am not worth following up on.
Okay. So the thing is,
And usually I'm right. Something was wrong.
yeah, for now. That's
now.
my thought.
Oh.
Because I used to think that way. And then I said it out loud a bunch to a room full of people.
Yeah.
And then I stopped feeling that way. I think that, so basically, I mean, just because I don't want to give the story short shrift, like in case there are other details that are helpful.
Yeah.
So she pursues me. I'm like fully not into it, right?
Yeah.
Until I got drunk and then like became into it. This was when I
get
was
it.
still drinking.
Yeah.
And then like
An era of Liz I will never see.
I know.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Well, if ever I do make like scenes in a movie, a television show, both everything about
Yeah.
my life, it is my dream to like relive these scenarios.
Okay.
You know what I mean? For like the experience of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the most out of life. Sorry. But anyway, so she pursues me so hard and I hate it until I just
Till you don't.
decide whatever.
Yeah.
And then once I decided whatever, then I got really into it because I am like not a casual person. Like this is the thing is like dating in New York, at least at that time, and I doubt it's changed, was very much like whatever. I'm like talking to this person, I'm texting with that person. Like everything's very like
yeah.
whatever. Like
Yeah,
I can't even be
non-committal.
bothered to like
Yeah.
have a feeling in
Oof.
public type of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am not like that.
not
Like
like that
I'm
either.
formal. Like I don't casual anything. And I think that this person, this woman, was, even though she was pursuing me hardcore, for sure, she also was like dating around. And so I remember we were like together over a summer and she was working in the Hamptons. And so we would like see each other on the weekends, but then she was in the Hamptons. And I remember we were hanging out and I see on her phone this text from Matt Golf Pro. And like the feeling,
I was dating
like
him too.
the feeling of just like, I don't even know what's happening with Matt Golf Pro, but like everything, like the if I could bottle whatever that feeling is of like seeing that guy's name, not even name, just name and profession, come up on her phone. I don't like, that's everything. So I don't agree that jealousy isn't worthwhile because I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want it either.
But I wish I could have it for the purpose of like igniting somewhat of a fire
like
that
I
sometimes don't. I don't even connect with it anymore.
Wow.
It's like literally it ruled my life.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
And Bob has the same symptom.
Okay.
Self-confidence.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Well, but like, can you have, and this is an open question, self-confidence while also having like a fire lit under you for some reason?
I don't know. I don't
know.
I would pay anything to see Bob jealous.
Right.
Anything.
Okay.
Like, I just want to see how it looks like on him.
Well, it sounds like we need to have him play a scene where he's jealous. I mean, I guess if I had to like break apart the thoughts, and I'm really like doing the work on the spot here, it would just be like, who the fuck is that? I guess like, wait. And then I would imagine scenarios of like,
it's the stories we make up in our head. Like that's when I'm like this like Pulitzer Prize winning author.
Right,
the stories I'm making up in my head for the like, littlest things. And
totally.
I used to be so jealous. Like Bob couldn't even like look at somebody else.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he had a sit down conversation. He's like, you need to calm down.
Right.
So I did.
Right.
Still jealous.
Sure.
But not like that. It doesn't run my life like that.
Yeah.
But it's still I was talking today in therapy about this, like about jealousy. And I'm just like, it's the loss of control.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah.
Like not having control.
Right.
Really like irritates me. And so I was just like, how do I get rid of this like icky feeling? Yeah. But then I'm like, I don't think there's ever a world where I'm never not jealous.
I think you
for
can
me, I think
have
it's like
it.
so embedded in me.
I guess, but it was for me too. I mean, that was the reason that I was going on the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
You know, the other person's.
Yeah.
For the time that I was. I know.
A whole year.
Basically.
Anything juicy?
No, it was like we had a fight at IKEA. I'm like, they're doomed. Then I'm like, and if they are, then what?
That's the thing though. I don't let my jealousy do that. Like I never check phones.
Yeah.
Sometimes. You know, not like that, but like if somebody's message, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, who?
Right.
But not because I feel like they're doing something. Not because he's doing something. That's more. I'm just curious. The gossip.
Right. Yeah.
But
I
never
guess.
jealousy. Like I don't.
I just like do not like, because now I'm married. I do not get jealous of my wife.
Yeah. And
it's like, the thing is that even if she were like cheating on me or something, it's like, what? You want to cheat on me? Like, for real? and it's not, I don't mean it. I don't mean it like that, though. You couldn't do better. Of course, you can do better. Sure, there's like plenty of people.
It's like illogical. What?
Well, that's the thing is like, I think that, you know, what I was searching for when I was jealous was confirmation that the bad feelings that I have about myself are right.
We just solved it. That's what it is.
I think.
That's
but it's
what
not
it
that I
is.
don't have that anymore. It's like I still do that on social media, but for better or for worse, and I do think it's better and worse, my social media now, I think I've told this to you, has like a steady stream of those like chain letter like reels. And I will send it to myself, but then they make me stop scrolling because I'm like, I can't be sending these like messages around.
Is
and
this
then
what I need to post so I could get a viral like Instagram message to post again?
Yeah, sure. Totally. I don't know. I mean, I do think you can live without jealousy. There was a part of it that I'm nostalgic for. Again, not for the actual like misery of it, because it was miserable. I remember that. Like, I don't want to like be like daydreaming about like who's Matt Golf Pro and like
I think
whatever.
This might be helping my jealousy.
Okay, good.
I think you may.
Yeah.
Have, like,
Am I getting
I think I
in
may
there?
have a breakthrough.
Okay.
This is what a breakthrough looks like.
All right, fine. Like, have it.
Yeah, I think so, because
That's the thing. Yeah. But like the parts of it that I am nostalgic for, because I think about that a lot, because I do have like a real fantasy of like, you know, doing something with like stuff from my past, and I've learned a lot of lessons, and I would really love to encapsulate them in some way or whatever it is. Fine. But because of that, I think about ways that I feel nostalgic and what for. And like, I remember feeling the desire of like being like hot, famous, wanted, you know what I mean? And now I just like don't have it as much.
Oh my God. I'm saying this because it's like, I don't want, because also on top of jealousy, guess what else I have?
Okay.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
And
well, jealousy is, I think, anxiety.
The two combo makes this like gay Mexican bottom.
Yeah.
No, but the anxiety is the future, right? Living in the future. So then I think to myself, okay, when I'm 40-ish, am I going to look back when my time now, my 30s, mid-30s, and be like, you're wasting your time being jealous. You're wasting your time doing this. I was like, what can I do now so I don't waste my time?
You'll be wasting your time worrying if you were wasting your time.
Like we do all the time.
I think so. I mean, that's just what I think. Like,
but it's just, I'm like, I think to myself, what would life look like? And this is me meditating, by the way.
Sure.
I'm like, what would life look like if I was just confident in who I was?
Yeah.
Understood that, yes, to your point, there may be areas I want to, improve on or do this differently. But the person I am is amazing for right now, for everything, like living in my own skin. People say truth.
Yeah.
I'm like, how would life look differently? And what's preventing me from doing that?
I don't know. I mean, I believe that it's a series of situations like this where you're asking yourself that question. Yeah. That's what I believe. Because I have lived a life where I've like journaled my way to, not enlightenment as though that's something to arrive at, but like, oh my God, was I worse? Like 12 years ago before it, because I just was like so much less aware.
And I think I'm to the point now where I'm so aware of what's kind of happening.
Sure.
That I'm like, it's kind of in an alert perspective, being like, I'm aware there's a problem. Mm-hmm. So now what do I do about it?
Yeah.
Versus when you're like blissfully unaware.
Sure. But I do think that that's like a necessary step. I mean, again, I'm not a licensed... Well, I'm an attorney. I'm a retired attorney. As a retired lawyer.
I would kill were you ever in the courtroom?
No, not unless it was like the make-believe one from school.
Got it.
Where I've literally done shows. I've done comedy in a courtroom.
Oh, you have?
Not a real courtroom, a classroom courtroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Judge Liz.
Yeah. More than once I've done.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, because I do stand up at law schools. And sometimes they're like, I don't know where to put the comedian. I guess the courtroom, like naturally.
Will the defendant please stand up?
And I'm both. Yeah. So, okay, that's what I think. But wait. Wow. So that's why you have muscles, maybe. You have
desire.
Yeah, desire. I think desire. If I could bottle desire, that would be amazing.
It would smell like Britney Spears perfume that she has. I actually might buy that again.
Is it called Desire?
No, I think it's called like, it's her, so it's like Dream or like
yeah. Totally.
Fantasy,
okay.
Probably.
Wait, so do you want to do Technically It's a Joke?
Yes, so that's our new segment that we're doing.
Yeah.
We're doing Technically It's a Joke.
Okay.
I have my notebook here.
Good.
That
that is all blank pages.
Well, it is blank pages right now. I'm trying to use a notebook a little bit more.
Sure.
And so I do my so when I go on TikTok Live, I write things that I want to talk about.
Okay, cool.
But in here I also have little asterisks of things I want to talk about.
Okay,
that
good.
Aren't good.
Good.
So so tell me Technically It's a Joke.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do one as well.
All right.
I might do a couple actually.
Yeah.
Wait, do you want to go first?
Okay,
I don't. Or do you want me to go
I don't
first?
weigh myself. I just rely on compliments.
Okay.
That's mine.
But I like that.
Yeah.
I think there's more though to it.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
Like
but
what
that's
kind
what
of
I
compliments
have
do you want? Like, what's a good compliment that you're like,
oh my God, you look amazing.
But that's like, oh, you've lost. But isn't that kind of like a backhanded compliment?
I don't care.
No,
I'm like, yeah, you're right. I have.
It's also like.
My dad used to say, you're half a person. That you are half a person.
Yeah,
that's what he would say.
I like that.
It's amazing. It's very poetic. English as a second language speakers are like really delicious in that way, because it's like, you know, you're all of a sudden like a poet just because you don't know how to say the word.
I agree with that. But wait, what's a compliment if they're not like if you've gained weight or like?
I mean, for my dad, how he would say if I gained weight, he just would say it to my mom or something. Yeah.
No, for us, for like Mexicans, they just like say it. You've gained weight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ay, estás bien gordito.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
You're really big. Or
okay, so I'm gonna have to look out for that.
But like, I think my biggest I don't like commenting or telling women specifically that they've lost and or gained weight.
It's tricky.
I don't do that anymore.
The new world, yeah.
Well, I don't do that because sometimes they haven't.
Yeah.
And then what do you do in that case? You go,
right. Or it's like if you're like sick or something.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. But then I met so who was it? I forget who. She told me, she was like, you know, she's like, I lost weight, but everyone's afraid of telling me I lost weight. But I know I've lost weight and I want people to recognize that I've lost weight.
Yeah. Is she a comedian?
Yeah.
Does she say that on stage?
No. She told me that once.
Well, she should say that on stage. And it is funny, and then people would say it, I think.
I think so. Oh, no, she did say it.
Yeah, she said it on stage.
Okay, so what? Oh, see, look at all this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one thing that I want to talk about. How like I decided to, you know, it's gray pants season.
Great what?
Gray pants season. Or gray sweatpants.
Gray sweatpants season. Yeah.
Sometimes I miss a word. And so like, you know what that means. You can kind of see the outline a little bit.
Right.
So I wore gray sweatpants and I had a conversation with somebody and they just kept looking into my eyes.
Ha!
I'm like, hello.
That's hilarious.
It's like down there.
That's good. That's like, more than technically.
No, it's something that I have. But I'm like, okay. So, you know, as I talked about, like, it just stops there. But I'm like, what else can I add on to this joke? I need to like add on.
I mean, and that's a good question. I think like, you know, in general, how do you know what to add to a joke?
Yeah.
I think like, I mean, there's like, okay, can you look at it from every different perspective? Can you ask why? Why do I want this person to notice me? You know, maybe it's about AIDS. Maybe it's about something else. Like, but I mean, right. Not everybody has the bravery to like me, but yeah, like I don't know. I mean, those are questions I would have maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just think like okay, it's great sweatpants season. Sometimes I speak so quickly I forget words.
Sure.
Great sweatpants season.
Yeah.
So like maybe they notice something else. I don't know. I need to workshop that a little bit because it's just a throwaway line. But where's it leading me to?
Yeah, I think that's when, and I'm not saying this like I always know the answer, but like where you know what you're gonna say or you know what you're trying to say overall. Yeah. Because then it's like. Then you know that this is a throwaway line because it's on the way to like saying something
bigger.
else.
But it needs to be around. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
So this is the other one. Okay, so I want to talk about like how and I don't know how to set up the premise, so you'll help me.
All right.
But we talk about aliens all the time.
Okay, we do.
Well, like people are fascinated with aliens.
Yeah.
No, people are fascinated with like aliens,
UFOs.
Like, they want to come here. They're like literally calling
Who's in the drones?
They're thinking they're so much smarter than us. We have all this imagination.
Planets, yeah.
But as soon as we put the word illegal in front of it, they want everybody to leave.
Yeah. That's
true. And it's like just one word changes the whole thing.
Right.
But the inspiration to that joke is obviously, you know, when you say the word bitch, it's a bad thing. But when you put the word bad in front of it, now it's a compliment.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the inverse of that.
Sure. Right. That's interesting. Well, I love the idea of then you saying like that you have special powers. Because
I have special powers to take your work.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's something I think like, you know, that you can explore because you are very industrious.
That's another good word.
Oh, okay.
What does this mean?
Mexican.
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying that like No, because like that's the thing is like you do work really hard.
Oh, yes.
And you're Mexican.
Just happen to be.
Right. And so I think that like exploring like why you do.
Yeah.
And how you do and what you're doing when you're doing it is like interesting to explore because it's true.
That's okay. That's true.
And it relates to this like kind of throwaway, dumb, racist premise.
Yeah.
But people have it.
Yeah.
You know, but it feels like something that you can play with.
I kind of was touching on this one time. Again, technically it's a joke of like where Mexicans, like, I just find it so weird that people are nervous that Mexicans are taking your job. Like, if you see a Mexican walking past you, do you hide your W-4s or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, we would really take something that there's paperwork to come back to us to do. Like, we're going to break into your house and the thing we're going to steal instead of your jewelry and money is your chores.
Right.
Like, to me, that's just like such a weird concept.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, and I think I've said this, I forget, I keep saying that. Like, we're taking the job nobody wants to do. And it's like, well, we don't want to do it either.
Right.
We just have to.
Yeah.
We're no different. We're still a human.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Oh, you think we grew up our whole lives wanting to clean like cow shit?
Right.
Like my uncle did growing up. Like, you just do it because that's
nobody
the job.
else is gonna do it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like nobody wants to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is another one that I need help with.
All right.
And I'll be honest, this one's a little, and it's just a concept. It's there's something. So I think you brought this up, like with Mexican American relationships right now that's happening just politically.
Yeah.
Right. And I wanted to kind of, it's kind of bleeding into my relationship as a Mexican American.
Sure.
So the other day I bought something for Bob, but before I gave it to him, I asked for a 25% tariff on it.
Sure.
Or something.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's like there, but I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
to me,
there's something deeper there that you can go into, because that to me is a little too high.
Yeah.
It's a little like.
Right. To me now, it feels like a nice like throwaway thing.
Yes.
Just when you're saying like, like it feels like a current thing where if you're talking about your relationship, you say he's white, and then it's like, so when I give him groceries, I'm like, that's 25% tariff. Or
I like groceries actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
I say gift, but I think grocery.
Oh,
I went and bought the groceries, brought it home, he started putting them away, and I was like, oh, that's a 25% tariff.
Yeah, that feels like appropriate. I don't know.
Okay, this is good. I'm really really liking this. I'm just checking if there's anything more. I'm sorry.
Right.
I have.
Why are you sorry?
I feel like I have a lot, and I'm like, why am I trying to like? See, what I don't. Wow, I'm so negative on myself today.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to be.
I'm like, because I feel like I over concentrate, but I'm like, how can I go on one or two things and expand it out?
Yeah, but I think, it's helpful to have you asking these questions because like I ask them to myself too.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes it's like you take down the stuff that comes, right? Like that's all we do. I mean, I think that this was something I heard Phil Rosenthal say on maybe Pete Holmes' podcast. I don't know. I just like to cite sources, but it's like the only difference between a comedian and everybody else is that we write it down. And so you just write it down, and then you don't have to right away, I think, know where it goes, what it means, what it'll be used for, what the final form is, but you just write it down.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I think that's true. Is there anything? Oh, this one's weird. I'll just say this one. I can't make this one work. And I forget if I said this last time.
Yeah.
But and tell me if I said this last time. When someone's like, you go out to dinner with somebody and then they'll be like, oh, I'll Venmo you.
Yeah.
Then like a week goes by and you still get no Venmo. I think when they said like, I'll Venmo you, in their mind, they already paid. They're like, oh, I Venmo you. So they're like, oh, for some reason, and it's like, no, this isn't a genie wish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
But there's something so funny because it happens all of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll Venmo you. Okay, when?
Right. When? Yeah.
Now or?
Right. Ugh, that is so relatable. Yeah. I mean, I'm waiting on a couple Venmos right now.
Right? Do I owe you one?
No.
Because you know how we are about this. We've talked about this.
We like Venmo before anyone even owes anybody.
Because it's just anytime there's money involved in anything, it's just like, yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I want to live beyond living. So there's a place in life where I want to live without being jealous and also without feeling the need that I need to Venmo.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like, oh, I meant that.
Right. I just really relate to this. I don't know what else to do with it, but like that to me, yeah. I mean, and I don't think I owe anybody any money.
Yeah, like, and so I want to do that joke, and then when I do the tariffs joke, I want Bob to be like, "Oh, I'll Venmo you."
Oh, funny.
Somebody did that on my TikTok live. Mm-hmm. On my TikTok live, I said that. That's how I started off my therapy session today. By the way,
what?
I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you know this, but I do TikTok live now."
Ha!
And he goes, "Oh yeah, you mentioned that."
Right. That's hilarious.
But yeah, that's today's segment of
okay. Technically it's a joke. Okay, so for mine, what I've brought is because I was off last week.
Yes.
As I tried to make national news for just being off. Yeah, totally. And
Liz is on her well-rested vacation. Doing what?
Nothing
I don't
much.
know.
No, just staring, wondering, making lists of things to do. I feel like you did a lot of
admin stuff too for like
I did.
Work.
Yeah, totally. No, I did like nothing. I just like sit and be like, is it time to pick up the baby yet?
Yeah, your baby's like, is she ever going back to work?
I know. What does she even
Mommy,
think of me? Yeah, it's so cute now. She like kind of gets that one of us is mama and one of us is mommy. And so she's like, but the way I'm mommy. But this is how she says, she's like, mommy. Like she's about to say mama. She's like, mommy.
She wants to make sure the E is being heard.
Yeah,
it's kind of like your joke that you say about like when you say there.
Oh,
but
yeah, I never do that.
No?
Ever.
I like that joke.
Yeah.
Can you clip it then?
I guess. Where is it? Do you know? Because I was at the Genius store yesterday for a good long while having multiple mental breakdowns about because I hoard like storage. So I didn't have any room on my computer. Now
external
I do.
Hard drive.
Now I do. Okay. Mm-hmm. I put it on an external hard drive. I thought it was fine. One genius is like, oh, great. And then he goes away.
Sorry, one genius.
And then I'm like, oh, no, it's not there. And whatever. So maybe it's there. It's like there's so many geniuses. Like at this point, obviously, I've been going enough that I know the geniuses.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, like one of them, he had a thing with his cat and then his mom got a cat, and I'm like, how's the cat? Whatever. Like I'm at that level with them. Yeah. So his cat died and then his mom got a cat and named the cat after the other cat. The first cat was Batman. Now there's Batgirl. Okay. Is that adorable? Yes. Was I happy to know about it? Yes. Shout out to Eric.
Did it help you get memory back on your computer? Maybe.
It might have. I don't know. I just get so nervous and then I was nervous the whole day and I didn't even know why. And like I just sit there being nervous and then it's pick up. That's my day. That's why I send my kid to daycare is to make lists of things that I'm not doing.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Which is probably something I should say on stage. That's a good joke. That's okay. So my thing I want to bring in for Technically It's a Joke is the opposite of Technically It's a Joke. So I told you I love Lisa Traeger's Night Owl. Yes. I've watched it over 5 times. Am I embarrassed about that? Yeah. Like there's nothing more embarrassing.
Why?
Well, because it's like, when you like someone's Facebook page and then it's like, you have a top fan badge and it's like, oh my God, I'm going to actually die in a corner. And it's like, we're not friends. We're not friends. Yeah. Like we've been on shows together and said, hey, and even a little more than that. And I've compliment monologued at her because I really think she's so funny. Yeah. And I've watched the special so many times.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good. And I've enjoyed. It's so fun.
It's fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it makes it. It's one of the few specials that I've seen that I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm in the room.
Yes.
Like I feel like I'm in this club right now.
The room is so fun.
Yeah.
The room is so fun.
But it made it feel like it wasn't televised. I was like, oh, I'm in the room. So I agree with that. Yeah.
And like the level of like what I love about her, the reason I'm bringing it up for our technically it's a joke segment is that it's everything that technically is a joke isn't.
Okay.
Which is to say that like extra details that you haven't already heard from a story become punchlines. Like, and I think that's so genius because it's like, I wonder all the time because I have like, oh, there's this story of like the time I got mugged or like this story about like doing Molly or, you know, whatever happened. And I'm like, but sometimes it is the correct move to be like, and then this one time XYZ.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, listen, I'm just a girl, like after a whole thing about like good drivers and bad drivers, just to take one example, it's like, listen, I'm just a girl in the right lane trying to make a left. And it's like, we didn't know that part of the story in that part of the special. Like, it's not like she was like, I want to tell you about a time that I was in the right lane.
Oh, yeah.
And I was trying to make a left.
Yeah.
And then everybody was looking at me and blah, blah, blah. It's like, but like she flips stories on their heads so much that then it's not even predictable because sometimes the story is the main event. And I cannot watch the special enough because it's so fun. It's so in the room. It makes me feel like it's 2015 in the best way.
Yeah. I know what you mean by that.
And
feels
like
old school comedy.
Yeah. Kind of. Like I'm like, oh my God, like the level of this joke writing is insane. And it's so aspirational to me. It's like my new Jerry Maguire.
Wow.
Yeah. I love it so much. And I'm so embarrassed to love something because desire is the most embarrassing thing. Okay? Like just being like, I love this like so much is the most embarrassing.
I get it, but there's specials that I go to and watch all of the freaking time. Wanda Sykes.
Which one?
I should know it. It's like, I don't know. I forgot the title of it. I watched the Wanda Sykes one.
The cum all over
where she talks about the detachable pussy.
Okay. I'm not going to know. I'm just like curious.
Lisa Lampanelli's like first special that I ever saw. I think it was at a club too.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't even called Queen of Mean. I forget what it was called.
All right.
Watch it all the freaking time.
Okay.
Like time and time after again. And then also to Brene Brown, the power, something about vulnerability. Even though it's not stand-up, it's very funny to me.
Yeah. Well, she gets good laughs. I mean, and then
she gets great laughs. I'm like, laughs per minute, girl.
Yeah. No, she's working. That's like, I love her. I love the TED Talk like everybody does.
Yeah.
And then
I watch it all the time.
Yeah, I do. I don't watch it all the time, but like I watch it.
Yeah.
And I've watched it many times.
But I watch it in different, that's for uplifting. But like for joke writing, I do listen to, because that's one of the things I can't do. Oh God.
What?
Things I'm trying to improve in terms of comedy is storytelling.
Okay.
I'm not a great storyteller. I'm a good like punchline joke, whatever. And then move on.
Okay.
I want to storytell. I want you to, I want you to feel like, and then what? You know, and then, you know what I mean? Just like you mentioned before, like.
Yeah. Well, but like I do too. And, a thing that I've been like watching a lot of comedy that is aspirational to me and like rewatching it and reading through it just because I feel I do this about once a year where I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like I want this element to my voice.
Yeah.
And like also storytelling for me. But then when I watched Lisa Traeger's special, I was like, but this is like, it is storytelling. There's so many stories and often the punchlines derive from stories, but it's not like it's one long story. And so I don't know. Well,
now I'm excited to see how it develops. Into,
for me,
what I would love to see is, and maybe it's a challenge if you want to take it as well.
Yeah. Please. I live for that.
Something that you haven't taped yet, but something that you have taped recently of like how you would structure a joke or something.
Yeah.
And then based off of this new inspiration, how it would be different.
Yeah.
I would love to see like the difference.
Yeah, thanks. Me too. Wait. Okay. So I wanted to say that because I loved it. Another thing that I've loved, and this is just kind of like me just saying stuff I watched last week. But
you told me in comedy there's only two things that you talk about: things that you really really hate or things that you really really love.
Oh yeah. Oh, God. I mean, I say the oh God because like there I go again. You know, like saying stuff. But
there goes the wisdom.
But I don't know that I'm right. But I do kind of think so. There's this show that existed before and I knew about it called How To with John Wilson.
Okay.
It's on Max, the network formerly known as HBO. I don't know if it goes by that, but whatever. And
get the pronouns right.
Yeah, totally. It's like, so I take a lot of footage, okay? And I have like, I don't know, like forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, you know the movie American Beauty?
Yes.
Okay. So like a lot of people know about American Beauty for like a variety of reasons, like, you know, Kevin Spacey and Annette Bening or whatever. I remember being in the theater watching American Beauty and there was like this scene where the creepy neighbor from next door is like putting everyone on film. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. Okay. And so
that's my dream.
Yeah. And I don't really know why. And I've just like, you know, like Mark from Rent, just like always filming around my family and I've gotten them used to it. And I have so much footage. That's why I get so anxious about like going to the Genius Bar and why I pay for storage. I don't want to lose it, but I also don't know what it's for. Okay. So I'm just being real about it. And so the show How To with John Wilson, he's a documentarian comedian. And it's a lot of B-roll, except it's not because like it is the show. Yeah. And so each of the episodes is like how to do something like relatively simple, like how to find a parking spot, how to remember your dreams. And then it's told with voiceover and this like kind of B-roll looking footage that, I mean, I don't know from when it is or, you know, how the show was written or whatever, but like the whole thing is like him shooting camera, right? But it tells this story of like how to find a parking spot in like a very profound way. And I don't know exactly the way in which that will or has inspired me, but like, I really do want to make something great. And as vulnerable as it is for me to say that I'm a fan of like literally anything and like collect my badge, I honestly don't think I have like a single page I like on Facebook that I haven't been like awarded this badge.
Wow.
That I'm too embarrassed to pick up. Okay. Because I'm like, I know this person. Like, I don't want the badge.
No, but
and then when I comment, I'm going to have like a weird star. You know, like I don't want it. I don't want the badge. But you still comment. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I'll do anything for a badge from a website that doesn't mean anything that only I know about. Yeah. Right. It's like the reason that I like did Peloton, you know, like so many days in a row or whatever, or like back in Soul Cycle days, you would get the bag. Yeah. If you did Turn It Up 30 or something like that.
Oh, is it like a challenge? Yeah. Oh, okay.
We still have to find our day for Barry's. It might be a Thursday. Okay. But anyway, so it's like I will do anything for one of those, but like not the embarrassing thing. But desire is embarrassing. And like saying like this is what I want to make and this is what I want to do is so embarrassing to me because it's like,
no, I think that's great.
I guess, but it's like so naked.
I know. The vulnerability is there.
Yeah.
Hence,
the
Brene
TED
Brown.
Talk. I know.
Something about vulnerability.
Our favorite comedian, Brene Brown. Please welcome the very funny Brene Brown.
She really is. I was like, wow,
she's funny. She's
has more jokes than a lot of specials I've seen.
Totally.
This is great.
I have had that thought. Her Netflix special, for sure.
Yeah. That one. And that one specifically.
Yeah. And it was a special. You know?
And I tuned in.
Yeah,
anyways.
Totally. Okay.
Yeah, this is great.
It was. Okay. Fun? Yeah, obviously.
I love you.
I love you.
And I love you.
I love you too, even though I'm afraid to admit it. Okay, bye. Thank you.
This is a journey.
It is.
This is a big journey, but thank you for watching.
And listening to
Together We're Straight. Don't forget to subscribe and share and like with everybody.
Comment.
comment.
Leave a 5-star review.
Please.
Send a gift certificate.
We should drop our Venmos.
Oh my God. Yeah, sure. At Liz-Glazer.
And at Jilberto S.
Okay. I'll take money. You want to send me money? You think I'm going to say no? No. Thank you.
Thank you
for the money.